Hey everybody, in this video I wanted to share a horse combat build that I've been playing around with in Elden Ring, which utilizes the ranged attack of the Spear of the Impaler. So obviously this is a bit situational, but trying to optimize around attacks while on horseback isn't something I've really ever considered, and it ended up being quite a lot of fun to use and pretty effective as well out in open world combat, particularly with dragon fights. So I'll show some gameplay after this demonstrating that. However, first I'll just cover all of the items that I'm using for the build. So starting off, as mentioned, the weapon that I'm using is the Spear of the Impaler, and I have this upgraded to max level, which is plus 10 for this weapon. And the reason I'm using that weapon is because of its strong attack, which is a ranged spear throw, as you can see here. So if you just do the normal strong attack, you can basically throw that as long as you want. It does use quite a bit of stamina though, so you need to keep an eye on that. However, if you do the charged attack, it does a little bit of a stronger ranged attack, and you also have that AoE explosion at the end there. So that's kind of what I'm building around. Obviously you do have the regular attack that you can throw in as well, but to optimize the damage of this, I'm using a couple talismans as well as some incantations to do some buffs and whatnot, which I'll talk about. But the main talismans that I'm using is the Lance Talisman. So this is one I just had kind of ignored for the most part, but this enhances your attacks on horseback, so I think you get about a 15% damage boost there. Similarly, the Axe Talisman, so this is going to enhance that charged heavy throw attack that I just demonstrated. And then, oh, you bastard. Who did that? Trying to shoot a video. So there, demonstration of the build there. Where was I? Okay, so the Fire Scorpion Charm. So this weapon does have fire damage to it, so that enhances the fire aspect of that. And then also trying while on horseback, it's kind of easy to just stay at full health. So when you do have full health, you get an additional attack power bonus. So those are the talismans. And oh my god, I swear to God. Okay. And then finally, the Flask of Wondrous Physic, I'm also using the Flame-Shrouding Cracked Tear, kind of similar role as the Fire Scorpion Charm to get some additional fire damage. And then also, I am going to do some buffs as well, so Golden Vow. Oops, wrong button. And then also Flame Grant Me Strength, just for some additional damage buffs before combat, and then also just drinking the Wondrous Physic there. So just a quick demonstration here with all of the buffs active. One thing I will say, if you are trying to attack somebody who's moving and they're going sort of across your screen, you can't really lead the target if you're locked on. So typically you'll throw behind them. So if you can get sort of right in front of their face, like this, and then just sort of kind of charge at them for the throw. Otherwise, if they're going horizontal, typically you'll throw the spear behind them. But again, you can just kind of hang back. One thing as well is to keep an eye on your stamina, so I just ran out of stamina there. This attack does eat up quite a bit of stamina, so you can just sort of retreat, get your stamina back, and just kind of follow this pattern. But it does put out a lot of damage, and then you also have your main attack as well. So out in open combat, it does, most enemies like that, pretty effective, but kind of the main use case that I found that this is really good for is those open world dragon fights. So I'll show some footage of an example of that so you can see that in action. All right, so that is the sort of horseback dragon slayer build I've been playing around with, which I've been having a lot of fun. So as you saw, you know, it's pretty good against dragon fights, but it also is just a ton of fun kind of running around on horseback throwing spears at people in the open world too. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.